Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Captain's Draft 3.0. Group Stage is presented by Dota Cinema and Moonduck TV. We are here in a best-of-3 series between Mama's Boys and Team Liquid. Both of these squads losing their first matchups here yesterday, but they are coming out right now, and Team Liquid have a great 1-0 advantage after taking that first game handedly. I love the draft from Mama's Boys, but it felt a little bit incoherent. The scare out of mid coming out from Weehaw did not really work into his favor, and so they'll have to find something else to even up this series with and try to get to that third game. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Of course, we are here on Moonduck TV. My name is Martin, and I am not alone. As always, I am with my German god friend, Mr. Pitmuckle, our observer and producer, as well as Purge. How are you feeling, Purge, and how do you feel about the second game as we jump into this draft?
Should be very good. Team Liquid versus Mama's Boys, the heroes that are in the pool. There's a lot of good int heroes this game, and considering that very few of them are banned, I think that's what we're going to be able to focus on in terms of picks.
Yeah, there's a very, very decent amount of heroes in this pool. A very good amount of heroes, too. Lifestealer has been picked up a lot recently. Universe has done it, obviously, for EG. We saw it yesterday, I believe. There's a lot of good carry heroes, very good carry heroes for agility heroes, and then you have a lot of good int heroes. Some good supports, actually a lot of them. A few of them, rather. You have, like, Winter Wyvern, Rubik, Shadow Demon, Witch Doctor, Lena.
See, Death Prophet this game for sure. Or OD, either would be decent.
Yeah.
AM can counter either of those guys decently well. Maybe he's not amazing versus OD, but he can deal against some of it. I guess it's not amazing. You can mana drain, or you can continuously gain mana, and you do pure damage. But we'll see how the draft goes. There's a Morphling in the pool as well. I think that hero's likely Jug, probably. It's probably either going to be Jug or Morphling. Lots of carries, and Gyro, actually. Tons of good carries. Even go Lycan if they want to.
I would see two of those three heroes picked up for both squads. I think Morphling and Gyrocopter are very good. I think Jug is very good. I talked about Morphling yesterday. I'm a big fan of him, and he is very strong right now in this current metagame, so we'll see. And Lycan was banned out, as you talked about, so that's not going to be available. On Team Liquid, they will go with the Rubik first pick, which is Kuroki. That's his hero. That's his jam, of course, and he is one of the best Rubik players out there, and for good reason, so...
It kind of covers them against all potential options as well. Like there's so many good teamfight ultimate heroes in the game that I think just picking up the best support right at the start is really good. And obviously Witch Doctor is more popular and arguably better than Rubik is right now, but Rubik is more of a jack of all trades. He's good against a lot more different situations than
Yeah, if we had a stats man here, we could look at the pick rate for Rubik this patch compared to Witch Doctor, and I think Rubik would be shut out pretty much completely. He's been picked a couple of times, but Witch Doctor has been picked almost every series that I've seen of Dota 2, whether it's Captain's Draft or Captain's Mode, assuming he is in the draft for Captain's Draft. But he will be grabbed this time around for Mama's Boys, as well as the Axe, which is an interesting pickup. This hero notoriously has been nerfed pretty heavily since the last couple of patches, but they'll grab that, and then on the other side, as you mentioned, the Death Prophet will be grabbed here for Team Liquid, and they'll pick up the Central War Runner, which was played by Fotsman yesterday. I doubt that will be the case this time, though, Purge.
Probably not. It didn't go very well.
No.
Center offlane should be the way that they play this, most likely. Death Prophet mid's completely standard. I have a feeling Fato's going to get incredibly farmed per usual here. And right now, Mama's Boys, the Axe initial pick just seemed a little off for me. Like, it's a hero I think that I've seen Nico play before, and it's got some setup for them, and maybe that's what they're interested in. But to lead with an Axe when all you see is a Rubik so far seems a bit iffy. But I guess Axe, if you are off lane and you're versus a Rubik, and the Rubik's the one trying to zone you, you're in a better spot, since Axe is naturally semi-tanky, and Rubik is a bit weak damage before level 3 as a support. So Axe sort of works there. Maybe that's the one thing they're trying to exploit, but now it's kind of a weaker pick, I feel, now that he's up against Death Prophet. Death Prophet can heal, can silence him to prevent the chop from coming. I just feel like Axe is going to be a liability to first.
It's tough. I'm wondering why they did pick it first, the first point. But Outworld Devourers picked it for Mama's Boys, the classic mid match between Death Prophet and OD, and then the Jakir comes out for Mama's Boys as well. What do you think about the OD versus Death Prophet matchup?
It's semi-balanced. It actually works kind of all right for either party. It just kind of comes down to ganks a little bit. So I think both will work.
That's fair. I personally like to see Outworld Devourer. He's pretty fun in the team. I actually like both these heroes. I like watching both these heroes. I used to actually dislike Death Prophet heavily, but with the change to Spirit Siphon, she's actually become more interesting to watch and to play as well. But she's still very strong because of that. So we'll see.
She's got to be a little scary about, or a little bit worried about stuns into Witch Doctor ulti, since Death Prophet usually has a really large amount of time where she doesn't purchase an armor item. So heavy amounts of physical and pure damage are definitely one of our weaknesses. And because they have Axe Call, if they get a fast blink dagger on Axe, it can easily translate to kills with Axe into Witch Doctor ulti or Axe into OD damage. So she's got to be a little bit careful in this game.
There's some good gank potential if they do get that Blink Dagger up for the Axe. Meanwhile, Liquid will go for the Wyvern as their secondary support and then pick up the Drow Ranger in a very good setup here. They already have the Death Prophet, which will help her get some extra right-click potential. It's going to be their safe lane player, or safe lane pick for Team Liquid, which I think is fine. They have good damage. They can get a Rubik Lift into the Drow, Frost Arrow, plus the Witcher Wyvern with the Arctic Burn. There's a lot of damage potential coming out from this tri-lane, but they are rather squishy. And then it is going to be Mama's Boys picking up the Lifestealer, more than likely as a safe lane hero for Podcat on their side.
Lifestealer's pretty good this game due to the fact that there's a lot of tanky heroes on Liquid. It's kind of bad due to Winter Wyvern though. If somebody's really in trouble, Winter Wyvern I feel can keep them alive. So, and the Centaur kind of synergizes nice with Drow as well, since Death Prophet can chase with the Stampede, and if Drow Ranger does get into a bad spot, you can generally run him away. There's a couple stuns on Mama's Boy, so they have good disables there. I think the Lifestealer is going to be a bit weak, but it looks like they're just going to jungle and do that abusive ancient stuff.
Oh
so.
Yeah, you're right.
In which case, I think it's going to work pretty nicely. Mama's Boys draft I like quite a bit, but Liquid's also has a lot of synergy, and having the Winter Wyvern in there I think is going to be a pretty decent counter.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the Wyvern pick. And Mama's Boys, I spoke too soon. Pycat will be the one playing the X this time around instead of Pycat playing the Lifestealer. So that's kind of interesting. He'll be up in the safe lane. He'll get a pretty fast Blink Dagger if uncontested, and it probably should just be Centaur Warrunner up there testing him in farm. There's going to be a quick pause. While we have this happening, I do want to ask your opinion on the draft in general. Who do you favor more currently?
I think the Team Liquid draft comes together a bit better, and the heroes that they have are a bit more viable. I don't really like Axe that much, but I also see that Drow's kind of become weak in the mid game, and obviously Drow's very good this game. There's a lot of heroes that it counters. Lifestealer, if you silence him, Drow's very good against that. Drow's decent against Axe as well if you're from far away. So, and also Liquid is just a better team, so I think Liquid is much more favored here in this matchup. But I could definitely see Mama's Boys taking this if they play well with their Lifestealer and they get a lot done with their Axe and their OD.
That's what it comes down to. Lifestealer getting a good start. Axe needs to get that early Blink Dagger for Pycat or some big item, and they have to start running at Liquid here pretty early and try to put as much pressure on as possible onto Liquid. But that's going to be easier said than done. Quick pause here before we get back into the game. Of course, this is Captain's Draft 3.0. Make sure you guys give us a follow on bo3 TV. But hope everyone is having a great morning. I know I am. I'm doing rather well for myself. Actually, it is probably the afternoon or evening for most of you. Europeans out there. So big shout out to you guys. Hopefully you're doing really well for yourselves, and well, you're not feeling sick like a couple of us are, but I'm sure we'll.
There's some mucus in my body, it's true.
She's in the air, I believe, and she's raving in the middle of the air somehow. She's not quite hit ground yet, so she's having a pretty good time. Go, says Pycat. Go, says Croaky. So we're back in. Pigs were coming out, but we are into the game. Game number 2, and Mama's Boys needed to win here. Otherwise, they'll go down 0-2 in the group stages thus far. And Liquid will put themselves up in that second place spot. So this is very interesting, very important game coming up for both squads, really.
Well, they're going to move across the map here. Kuroki's got a Brutes first, so he can definitely initiate here. Their follow-up is decent. Oh, Fada just accidentally used his Fairy Fire.
Yeah, that's not great. That's rather unfortunate. Might have to play a little bit more passive. He could maybe send out another Fairy Fire later on if he wants to, if he gets a Bounty Rune as well, especially. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Some 3 to 4 man aggression coming out from Mama's Boys. The ward will be placed down by Kuroki in lane. They will not scout it out. Maybe they will. They don't have a center on them, I don't believe, though, for Saxa or Milan. But here we go. The Arctic Burn about to fly. The Telekinesis as well. Crypt Storm is actually not available. It's going to be the Spirit Siphon. That is an easy first blood, as they also have the Precision Aura, providing them that extra bit of right click. And it just takes half a second, and a good ward coming out from Kuroki to get it off that of course, lift and kill.
Yeah, the only reason it worked basically is because he had boots to get there rapidly, and his opponents didn't go for the fast TP placement. If they would have gone for the TP place, they might have been able to make that there. But getting that kill is really big actually, because they did it so early that by the time the boundary rune comes, they're down 1 hero. The hero's still running back, so it kind of guarantees the boundary rune, and it gives them first blood.
Right.
Nice little pick off there.
Pycat kind of looks like he wants to walk out here, but he will not be able to get the boundary rune. It'll be picked up by Fatsa. Now another telekinesis. They're going to find him again. They don't have Spirit Sight. It's on cooldown for 3 seconds, and now the body blocks will come out, but still, last right click, will it go? The Fairy Fire flies through, and that will save his life. Kuroki's going to go in deep for this. Tango has been eaten from Milan. He'll stay alive. Kuroki now has to hightail it across the map, through the jungle, through the woods to Grandma's house we go for the Rubik.
He doesn't care though. He's got boots of speed, and when you have boots of speed and you're a Rubik at this stage in the game, you can do stuff like this. You can be very aggressive. You can pressure your opponents, and he's going to do that all game basically.
So it is tri-lane versus tri-lane, it looks like, as Sox is down here in the bottom lane, or at least dual lane coming out. You can see Milan has to go back home. He'll regen up, but you can already see the Axe going to work in the jungle. I feel like this is a good tri-lane for Mama's Boys, but it's very tough. Kuroki is going to come through. They've got lift up again. They've got the Arctic Bird as well. Pycat might just die again here, or rather for the first time. Body blocks will come through. He'll try to juke and jive his way out. The last right click will fly, and Kuroki will pick up the kill. And suddenly, Kuroki and Jerax are having an amazing game. But this is what you expect from the Rubik Master himself.
He's just playing Rubik the right way, lots of right clicks. He's got more damage due to the Drow Aura, and it's making Axe look like the worst offlane hero ever. And T is kind of bad for this reason. If he's against ranged heroes, he's not going to have a good time. He's against 3 ranged heroes. Like, you want to play Axe against melees, but man, when they opened up with the Axe pick, they just put themselves in this potential loss here.
Yeah, the first Axe pick coming out, maybe not the best. They're going to try to dive behind the tower looking for Kuroki. Good telekinesis watch. He's stunned into Pycat, but the cast will come through. There's the Breathe Fire as well. And Kuroki's going to get caught. They don't have the call, however. Now Matamba Man's going to be the focus. But look at Soxa take that right-click damage. He's going to have to salve up. But it will go only for a moment longer. Kuroki, Breathe Fire, he should fall here. But still, Soxa will fall as well. Might be 1-for-1 trade. Kuroki trying to tango up and regen. He actually is going to survive with 4 HP. And Pycat will fall. His bottom lane, it's a disaster coming out. They're going to lose Milan as well. Last right-click. Gets off the cold embrace as well, and another kill going the way of Liquid. Already 5-0, and all from this tri-lane down bottom. What a disaster for Mama's Boys already.
They're just getting consistently outplayed here. That's all that's happening. They're underestimating how much damage they have, how much disables they have, and Axe is really showing not to be very strong just yet.
This Axe is not providing nearly enough. They're going to TP back down bottom again. They want more. They want to keep fighting, and I don't kind of blame them because, of course, they have to try to find something here. And while this is all happening, Fox has got 10 last hits. He's 4 hits ahead of Weehaw. They're going to try to go on bottom limit. Top of the cast will fly through. There's the Breathe Fire as well. They do have Cold Embrace at the ready. And can they get it off in time? The answer to that question is yes, and now they have to back away. The South comes through as well. And Matamba Man, he's still in trouble, but it looks like he will get behind the tower. And that is with a double damage rune as well. And they just can't hit Matamba Man. Oh.
That was such a sick play by Jax there. He used the Cold Embrace, and while it was on, he used the salve as well.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for the salve, there's no way that Drow lived there. But they keep him alive, and still no kills on the board from Mama's Boy.
Yeah, they are.
These guys are all like level 1, level 2 tops, getting completely outplayed here in this early game.
They are desperately trying to find a kill for themselves. They know they need some semblance of farm right now because every other lane's not really going for well for themselves. The cast will fly through. It'll bounce up onto Jirax and Kuroki as well. He's going to get caught, but he gets off the telekinesis left in time. Now this great Cold Embrace can be at the Brief Fire will come through. Yeah, he's still in a lot of trouble. The Cold Embrace will not save him this time. And finally, Mama's Boys will pick up a kill for themselves with Milan getting last hit. They'll cut the tower creep. And that'll go to work for them. And it looks like Matamba Man might come back bottom with 2 Wraith Bands ready to go.
Tier 1 tower is being pressured pretty hard here, and this is one of the advantages that Mama's Boys have, is that if the 3 heroes aren't set up, the tower very rapidly gets taken due to cutting the creeps.
Look how low it is with the Liquefier as well ready to go, and this is not great so far. And I said Breathe Fire was dual breath, by the way. I get confused between the dragons, but you can't follow me for that. Pycat's actually very low. He's got a Salve looking for an Arctic Burn, but he's actually out of mana, so Jericho can't chase him down. Salve will fly through. Kuroki's got the lift. He's going to get it off in time. Pop the Salve as well to the stun. Fable will fly through. The cast will come in as well. Big fight already happening. Great Cold Embrace flies through. They have the Battle Hunger. But Matamba Man goes to work, and Soxa will be the first to fall. He gets off the call, but this is still going to be probably all 3 heroes dead for Mama's Boys. Great Fairy Fire. Jirax about to go down, but if he's the only one that falls for this 3-to-1 trade, then boy is it worth it for Liquid, as they'll pick up the 3rd kill on Milan with the last right click, and Kuroki will find himself a double kill. and they will lose their tier 1 tower, but I think they're actually kind of okay with that, considering how this lane went for them in their favor.
I mean, they can't win these trades. It's not just the fact that Draw Ranger's here. It's that if KuroKy lands his Fade Bolt on 3 heroes, they have all minus 20 damage.
Yeah.
That is amazing difference. They just actually can't trade with him there. That's like a 30 damage swing on every right click that gets through the fight, and that's why nobody's dying here for Liquid.
Level-wise, everybody is level 3 for Mama's Boys, and everybody is level 4 with the exception of KuroKy for Liquid in this tri-lane. You have the double Wraith Band and Boots coming out from a double man. KuroKy is already up to just about Arcanes. The earlier you get Arcanes, the better this hero is. It allows you to be so much more involved. Obviously, an early Blink Dagger is pretty damn good as well, but KuroKy's gonna roam mid.
Maybe dead? Yeah.
Oh, Nico gets the kill with the Infest. Yeah.
You okay? You okay,
JJ, you're gonna be alright, buddy. Listen, just deep breaths, my friend. Deep breaths. Back mid. Spirit Siphon Weehaw. He will get off that Astral Imprisonment, but here comes the Arctic Burn. They get the lift off as well, and that is a dead OD. And it just feels like nothing besides that kill top lane is going the way of Mama's Boys.
Yeah, that's basically it. Lifestealer versus Centaur is a pretty good trade, basically. And that's why they did put them in this 1v1, but they've just gotten completely out lane. There's so many kills going to Liquid's heroes that they can't actually do very well in the tri-lane anymore. They do get the tower, I guess, and that's going to be some resemblance of advantage, but...
Uh-oh. Fossa might go down here. They get off the cast coming through. They had the dual breath up in 2 seconds, but oh no, the exorcism is going to come out now. It's time to back away in Milan. He's about to go down. The last tick of the Ghost will go through their Stampede. They want to chase even further. They get the lift off of the Saxa. He's in trouble. The Ghost about to catch up as well. Crypt Swarm, dead-ass heroes across the map. Fossa will get up the double kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Pycat's gonna get caught. There's the Frost Arrows coming through. The slope, the Arctic Bird going to work. And the last right click, can they get their time? He's fast, he's got the Battle Hunger, but the Gust will not connect in time. Jerax looking maybe for a Splinter Blast. He'll be into the through line. He comes out, and now he'll go down to the Splinter Blast of Jerax. Another kill going Liquid's way after just losing 2 mid and giving Fata a double kill. Dear Lord.
They're completely focused on Drow doing typical Drow things, which is boosting up everyone's damage. He's got 3 points in Precision Aura. I would actually kind of like to see him get a second level of Frost Arrows because the extra slow would help, but...
We got caught, but the Astra came through as he's clarity up, and Fata will be okay. Pycat's TP'd in as well. They're trying to bait this. There's the Battle Hunger coming out. Can they chase him down? I really just don't think, even if they got the call off, I don't know if they could kill him. Do they have OD ult? They do, but obviously Death Prophet with being an intelligence healer was pretty damn good, so...
It's kind of an interesting Weehop build, too. He's opted for 3 points in Arcane Aura, not doing more of Essence Aura. It's different of a build here, and it also limits his mana pool a lot. As you get more levels of Essence Aura, your mana pool goes up. But in short periods of time, he can definitely do more damage and increase the amount of damage that he does with simple right clicks by stealing more int. So, interesting skill build that I haven't seen before, and he's been very patient with his mana.
And he hasn't really found a kill to use those Arcane Orbs on, unfortunately. If he'd maybe gotten a chance to, well, hold that thought. The Ancient Black Dragon is going to come in chasing after KuroKy, but there's no slow from this Ancient Black Dragon, sadly. He's just going to try to zone KuroKy out of the lane. And then he'll go ahead and fireball the creep wave, and this will accelerate the farm of Nikwa nicely. This is one of those things you often see, is just getting that early Ancient here for the Lifestealer.
I'll say shift 1 support to the safe
top lane, top lane. Stampede's gonna come through. There's the cast as well. Slowed up Saxes. Stomp double edge, easy kill. TP's coming through. Ice Path is available. It's level 2. He's trying to get it off in mind control. Juking and jiving. And well, it's just Milana's. Cancel that TP as if things were happening mid or elsewhere. But
interesting Centaur build as well. You went for the max hoof stomp here. I guess he didn't want to use double edge that often versus Lifestealer. It's often very dangerous to do so, but more stun duration, a little bit more nuke damage from Host Stomp. Not a terrible way to go.
4,000 net worth advantage for Liquid, and it's going to continue to rise here if they can continue to get towers as well as kills. But Subman now has 3 Wraith Bands, the good old 3 Wraith Band build. He's going to get actually Ice Path, the Dual Breath will fly through. He'll try to TP away, and he will make it out just fine. And here comes the Exorcism, the Spirit Siphon. Good Astro, but he's sitting at 18 HP. The cast will fly through. Ice Path, he gets off the ulti before going down. The Spirit Siphon will continue to go to work for Fata. He's pretty damn speedy. It's going to be tough to chase him down. The Lifestealer is on the chase. He's got open wounds. He pops out of the Ancient and will go to work. Great cold embrace from Jirax back behind the tree line. It looks like they can't get this kill. The Splitter Blast will come through. The call is up. They get the lift, but they will get the kill on Fata. Finally, they at least get one big kill going the way of Mama's Boys, but it might be a little bit too late at this point.
And Winter Wyvern just synergizes so well with Death Prophet in this game, making him physical immune there. He got so much extra damage out of his ultimate. They didn't quite get close to getting a kill, but that was a great attempt at keeping Death Prophet alive and getting as much value as they could out of the hero.
Yeah, I mean, the supports are just doing a great job. There's going to be the Gust come. There's going to be a Frost Arrow as well. They get the telekinesis. He'll have to Astral himself. They get the tower while this is all happening. Stampede is flight. They've got the Splinter Blast. One more right click to do the job, but he's very fast, and he'll make himself get away. Milan will come in. He pops up from Macro Fire, the Dual Breath as well, getting right click down. The Frost Arrow is going to work. The Gust will fly through as well. Last right click will go, and he stays alive just barely, roughly with about 15 HP. And the Summerman, had he had that second point in Frost Arrows, he would have gotten all of those kills.
Just really dislike this build on Drow Rangers. I totally get that you're getting maximum value across the map, but talking a difference of 6% on your agility, that's like 6 damage or something like that. It's not that much. It makes a difference, but what if you can slow somebody for an extra 15%, you know? They could have gotten 2 kills there, easy.
I think the second point for Frost Arrows is really where you want to be at before getting that max out on your precision. Or coming through Spirit Siphon, Fata will find an easy kill with the Crypt Storm as well. And they're just running over Mama's Boys yet again. Matema Man will start pushing down this tower, jump in. There's already a blade from behind control. The stop will fly through. The Gust comes out. Double Edge will go through as well. Weehaw barely survived to go bottle up as best as possible. Astral come through on the other side. Pycat going to work with Nico jumping in. Matema Man might be in trouble, but the Great Cold Embrace flies again, and they're all doing physical damage. They can't bring him down. He's back up to half HP. Now there's a stop coming out. Pycat is hoping the Gust will fly through. He'll fall. The Spirit Siphon. Nico goes down, and 3 dead. And Mama's Boys, even when they get a good engagement, it turns bad just because of the Winter Wyvern pick, which is absolutely owned this game. Kuroki and Jirax having an excellent time here on this rating side.
Watching how this works, this is actually a great draft from Liquid, man. The Winter Wyvern synergizes perfectly with Drow and with the Death Prophet against what they're playing against. It's a lot of physical damage sources, and Drow Ranger is so weak to heroes running at them, which is what Mama's Boys has. But the Vortex just stops it.
Well, the Winter Wyvern will go down. Stampede comes out. They get the cask off. Meanwhile, they're going to try to find Matema Man. No Wyvern to help them out this time. The Ice Path will fly, and this will be a free kill for them finally. It's going to be the Axe getting it. He's trying to get to that Blink Dagger, and Weehaw, he's like, oh, I kind of wanted that kill, but instead I'll just settle with having boots and an Old Tally Wand in a bottle. That is not much in terms of net worth, and you can see it in net worth graph. Dear Lord.
Well, Liquid pretty much has everything they need right now. They've got Blink on Centaur, they've got a Drum, and a Treads, and a Null Talisman on Death Prophet, so she's quite tanky. Oh, he's going to find Stoxa here. That's an easy kill.
But that is double damage, stomp, right-click, double edge. And Mind Control will find a very easy pickup, as you mentioned. And he's already back up to 1,000 gold on top of this. Do you think he goes for that classic item, the 4-step for the Centaur Warrior, or he picks up another item, maybe just to make himself a bit tankier? What's the next item?
I think Force is great, especially against a Jakiro, against a Witch Doctor, against all these hard disables that they have on... Well, they're not all hard disables, but even something like Open Wounds is a big threat. If he gets a fast Force Staff, he can easily help keep himself and allies alive. I think a Force Staff would be great for Liquid.
Yeah, he could certainly start building it. He has enough money for the staff. Booster top lane, but Supplement has taken down the tier 1 tower. His Yasha is almost completed. He's about 40 gold away from it. Mind Control was looking for a double stomp mid. I think got the Pycat and another hero. He couldn't quite find it, though. He got Astral as Weehaw was coming through. That is an Aether Lens already picked up for Rubik, by the way, which is a huge item choice. And it's going to get just that much harder for Mama's Boys. As now, Liquid will push into the tier 2 tower, looking to take all the outer towers as quickly as possible. And boy, are they doing a great job of it. Is he?
Yeah, Drow is going to level stats. It's a very common build, honestly. I still think that you can justify a second point of Frost Arrows, because if you're going to use it, it might as well be a little bit more efficient, and you get 100% value increase out of the skill point. But I totally understand the stats leveling. Very common for Drow to not justify the extra levels. They can actually kill this Ancient Golem pretty easily. Drow is one of the highest physical damage carries in the game.
He's got a lot of HP, 2,000 of course, but Nico's going to stay alive in that Ancient Black Dragon. If he chases further, he's going to get caught and probably just get right-clicked down, and you can see it. There's the Arctic Burn coming out, can't quite get there, and they really want this tier 3 tower, but there's no creep wave right now, so this Exorcism is not really doing much, and it's about to go away. You can get a little bit more damage coming out of it. You can see they'll hit it 1 or 2 more times, but that's about it. Now they're going to back away more than likely. The tier 2 tower might be in trouble. Matema will get Ice Path, but he'll stay alive and he'll be just fine.
It looks like they're committing to this, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, they could definitely get it with the next creep wave, I think. Normally they shouldn't be able to do this, but I thought it would be wasted due to having Death Prophet ult down. But
Yeah, they have Blink on Axe, so I mean there is that going for themselves. They could get a good enough team fight where they can blow up some of these supports, maybe even Matama Man as well. Fireball will be on the ground to try to kill this creep wave. They'll get the tier 3 tower, jump in. There's gonna be a call. It's on a 2. Death Ward will fly through as well, but Matama Man, Winter's Curse flies. That's I believe on this podcast. There's the Stasis Eclipse. They'll take down the drop. Can they get more? Is the question. Mind control is low. Had they had the infest step, they would have gotten the kill. They're going to defend their racks for now. They lost their tier 3 tower. You can see the Spirit Siphon going to work. Fox is actually out of mana. They've already popped the drum charge. They're going to hightail it out of dodge. The Fireball will go and not quite connect onto Pycat, or rather onto Mind Control. It's going to be the battle hug for Pycat onto Kuroki. He's still trying to walk away. He's got the telekinesis. The lift will go. They got the infest out if they need it. Another right click. Great Ice Path somehow connects very much at the tip. And they'll pick up 2 kills with Pycat getting the Calling Blade. So they'll pick up the Drow Ranger as well as the Rubik. And they have to trade their tier 3 tower for it, however.
Well, that was pretty good for Mama's Boys. I think that's overall worth it, getting the kill. They got Drow Ranger. It was a good initiation. It was a great double call by Pycat. They needed that absolutely. It had to be 2 heroes that they catch, not just 1. Get a couple big kills. It's going to give them some slight gold advantage to get some space on the map, and hopefully their heroes can get their first core items.
Yeah, I mean, they have that blink down for Pycat. He's already back up to 1,000 gold on top of that. But you can look at the item chart here and you see the difference already. There's a Yasha. Meanwhile, it's just like an Iron Talent for an Equal, and that's it. He's got Tranquils. They have a blink for the axe, and they are just struggling to find anything. They've gotten a couple of braces across the board. There is 3,000 gold for the Ancient Black Dragon Lifestealer. So it looks like he will be going Radiance, but there's already a mech for Falta. Interesting build. This is not something you see every day, but I think it definitely suits their playstyle. So
I don't know if he can afford the mana to do that, personally. Maybe if Crow gets another Arcane Boots.
Uh-oh. Saxa.
Oh, he's on cooldown. Sorry for double edge, my bad. He had already used it. Also steals the spell. It's Voodoo Restoration, not what he wants. If they get a second Arcane Boots, I think he can afford the mech. But Death Prophet doesn't have any mana regen items just yet. He does have an Arcane Rune. That's pretty good. He can pop Arcane and then do the mech.
That's true. 1,000 mana also in the tank as well. And they're going to take this tier 1 tower down. He could also go for Yules later on to the road, which will give us some extra mana and some extra intelligence. There's a good chance he'll be picking that up later anyways. Here we go. TPN. They're going to try to go for a fight here. Spirit Siphon will fly. This Ancient Black Dragon is actually about to die, and it will. Nico will jump out so that they don't get the last hit. Spell was stolen. Jumping call onto 2. Can they get anything done with this? Is the question. Kasaksa is in trouble. The Astral will fly out. The Ice Path. Macro Power. They pop up the mech. There's going to be used to the Exorcism. Fox is low. Great Winter's Curse will try to turn this, though. The Exorcism going to work. Nikwa is low. He's got Infest up and ready to go. He'll jump into a creep. Actually, into Pycat. They've lost the Witch Doctor. They're also low. And Milan will be the next to fall as Fata pops the Exorcism. And it just is a great Winter's Curse and Cold Embrace that keeps everybody alive from Liquid. And now they're going to try to push to this tier 3 tower.
Oh, and Kuro's trying to abuse the Granite Golem. I don't know if he has... Is he bugged or something? He encountered a bug. He got in the Granite Golem, but he can't move it. Surely it's bugged, right?
I would hope so. I don't know why he wouldn't move. That's actually a huge problem then.
If it's bugged and he can't get out of the Granite Golem at all...
Okay. Woo, thank God.
Apparently he can't control it. He was probably trying to control it, which makes great sense. He could get a Granite Golem and do a bit more in terms of damage, but... he apparently couldn't. So a little bit of a bug there kind of limits their push. They might have been able to get the tower if he was there.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I was very scared for him when you were making me believe that he could not move or jump out at all, which is gonna mean that would have been 4 versus 5 for the rest of the game, and I would have been like, wow, that is a big turn. But
yeah, would have forced a replay or something, or a load from replay.
You're probably right.
Okay, you can't.
There's no,
you
can't.
The game would have been ruined.
The game is pretty much over at that point. Yeah, that's true. They could have done that. There's no incentive for them to do so, but obviously good sportsmanship. That's the incentive.
No, the game's not close enough to call like that. I don't think it would have happened. They're going to try to fight on mid.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Milan smoked up. Saxa, Fata has the invisible break up, smoke, and they're like, well, somebody's here, but we have no idea who it is. We're going to back away, just not get caught by whatever is coming from Liquid's side. So instead, Liquid are going to head over to Roshan. They have Exorcism back up in, let's see how long, 30 seconds. But really, with Matuppa Man, the amount of precision aura damage they have, they can try to take this. But here comes Juan and Mama's Boys. They want to maybe try to fight this. Not nearby, however, as OD, and he is a big ultimate. They have to get in there if they want to contest this, and it looks like they're just going to let it go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to deal with right now. That like if they just run into a gust or something like that, fight just gets really hard for Mama's Boys among the other abilities that they have. Crow still has Infest here. He's got Arcanes with the Aether Lens, so they've got tons of mana now. And Mind Control is probably getting close to Crimson Guard, 800 gold for him. I would love to see Draw get an SNY. I think it's one of the good solutions against large Ancient Creeps, because you can get the SNY proc on them.
It's fair.
It'll limit what Lifestealer can do. It does have Relic, by the way, so he's getting closer to Radiance.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. I mean, Radiance is an amazing item for a number of reasons. Mischance, all that stuff. But you can see they've already lost 2 tier 3 towers. And here comes the push. Yeah, they're going to infest out. Now the jump in call, it's only going to be under Mind Control. However, the spell will be stolen. He steals call coming through. They get the Astral up as well. That'll be a friendly Astral coming out. Mind Control, Stampede will fly, looking for Saxa. Ice Path will hit on Defensa. There's the City Scope, does no damage whatsoever. The Exorcism still going to work. They've lost Weehaw at this point. Mind Control will go and he'll pop double-edged shocks and getting healed up as best as possible. Podcat will get the call. They're going to try to bring him into the base. Won't quite get there. They're all so low. The Exorcism almost bringing Podcat down. Now Neek was getting focused to Spirit Siphon. There's the Breathe Fire, dual breath coming out. The Death Ward doing nothing. And the Gust will get the silence off in time. And they are corralled into the well. And their racks down bottom as falls on. They get off a great call, but there's the Winter's Curse coming in. And Podcat, we will see you later. As he'll go down to the Splinter Blast to the right click. Next to fall will be the Witch Doctor. 4 dead. And it's almost going to be all 5. A triple kill from Matamba Man. They'll have to buy back, but at this point, it's pretty much all said and done. Like, we're going to look at to take this game number 2 and then, of course, the series.
Matamba Man is just actually melee fighting against a bunch of heroes that would normally completely wreck it, but look at the stun.
Yeah, they're going to get the stun up. Rampage, they're looking for it. They won't find it. Batsu will get the kill. They do not get the Rampage, but the man says the GGWP twice. Maybe a little bit flustered, but that is it. That was an outdraft right from the get-go, an outplay coming out from Liquid in that bottom tri-lane. It was an impressive display from Jirax, Matamba Man, as well as Kuroki, and really just an amazing game from them, Burge.
Yeah, they just absolutely won the lane. The minus damage from Rubik, the triple ranged with Drow Ranger versus the Axe +2, they just can't match up against